Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. So I have an 18 by 24 inch canvas and I want to divide it into 4 parts. To start with, which is pretty similar to some other stuff I've been doing recently, but I'm just going to color this up. I've got some silver leaf. I also have some Artist Loft neon purple that is like literally years old that was mixed with Floetrol and probably GAC 800 because I always do that and I want to use it. I tested it yesterday and it seemed like it was going to be okay. What else do I want to put in there? I want something else. A little Cerulean C. A little cyan aqua. Is it? No, it's the vibrant aqua. With a leak. It's not opening. There. It's opening now. Pretty similar. Very similar. Maybe too similar. Let's try the let's try a little frozen. And I'm still going to use either some frozen amethyst. This is periwinkle. This is frozen amethyst. Alright, I pulled out some black raspberry. Hopefully it's open. I haven't used it for a while. We'll give it a shot. Grab an oxo omelet turning flip and fold spatula. Every time I take a blade across, I like to knock off any extra I have at the edges for easy access. In this case, the edges, the line of demarcation. If I want to take away an excess of paint, same thing. Now I have a lot of extra. And I was going to go back and put some more Artist Loft down because it's so much thinner than everything else. But I might have to do that later. And I love this combination of colors, so I'm okay with this. Although, I'm looking at it and I think I'm going to darken it up with a little periwinkle. I added a drop of Dancing Fuchsia to this, now I remember. I'm hearing the call to some midnight shadow. There's nothing that needs to be absolutely square about anything. The more organic the better, in my opinion. Now I've got some blue flame. What was I talking about? Midnight Shadow. I've also got some darker colors. Whoops, just broke the top off. It's bound to happen sooner or later. I wonder how far that'll go. Maybe I'll change it up with a little bit of Indigo Violet. While I'm at it, spread the lobe with a little deep amethyst. I'm tempted by something different. I don't know if sea glass is a good idea or not, but it's light enough to get lost if I don't appreciate it. It's also not coming out very easily. And no matter what I start with, I'll go on from there to add something else. Alright, let's just do this thing. I like the shapes that get left behind when I apply the paint to squeeze bottle directly to the canvas. I like to try and use less paint to start with, so if I have to I can add some, but I don't mind adding some. And that'll change the pattern too. Also changing the course of the direction of my swipe. I've been using something called Sour Apple recently, which is a purely pigment from Colourarte. And I think some of that's coming right up. I'm not sure about that black raspberry, but I think maybe if I add a little dancing fuchsia to it, it might be kind of cool. So I'm tempted to try that. Let's do that before it gets any later. Yeah, I think that's going to work. I hope so. I'm going to take my residuals first. Get rid of them, at least a little bit. That wound up being much more centered than I anticipated. I'm going to have to wipe my spatula off. And I did not get my sponge ready, but I can do it in a heartbeat. I'll just use whatever's handy. That worked. I'm stepping on the cap. Alright, sour apple and triple sec. Hopefully it's open. I have a big blob of something in there, maybe more than one it looks like. I just grab my tweezers. maybe a little wintergreen. That looks like plenty of triple sec. Put that spatula down, you silly woman. Alright, I've got quite a bit of sea monster, so that's my next challenge. And instead of wintergreen, I'm going to try some of this perfect peacock, maybe right along the edge. Get a couple of dollars out of the way. Figure out what's going in that last space. And my watercolor crayons are bleeding, so maybe it should be something dark. Or bright. I like the idea of bright. Maybe I'll go back to the purple. And if I'm quick, I can leave that green right on my spatula. I think the indigo violet or perfect indigo, I'm not sure. I'll look in a second. This one is the perfect indigo. And I think I'm going to throw a little bit. Oh, yeah, I got it. The Rhapsody Rose is open. Whoa, that was way more than I intended. So much for the purples. Okay, where did my Whispering Wisteria go? Which is temporarily closed. Hopefully an upholstery tack will open that. Well, it worked for a second anyway. Maybe the red violet is the answer. If not the red violet, the water lily will work. I think the red violet's a good idea. Instead of dazzling white, I'm going to use some frosted berry. And I see that thing that does not belong in my painting right there. It needs a Q-tip. It's a little splash of color. Maybe what it really needs is a spatula. Alright, I've got enough going on there. That Whispering Wisteria someplace I can use it. I think I still want some white. I'm dripping, but I don't care. might be bringing some more dancing fuchsia back. It's also time to start thinking about whether I want some mark making. And sometimes I like black. But in this case, I'm hearing the call to some royal sapphire. Oh, maybe the agave blue instead. Yeah. And how about a little bit more Midnight Shadow? And a silicone brush. I haven't forgotten about the dancing fuchsia I just mentioned. My 4 quadrants sort of turned into more which is okay. I am going to take some of this paint right off my spatula if I can, which is being difficult. I like taking my residuals and using them, obviously. Don't think I'm done with that. I wish I would quit putting the Midnight Shadow away, because I like the drama. It's getting a little better. Of course it is. I got 1 minute, and then I suppose the truth is I could let it dry and come back, because I've got errands to run. But if I let it dry, I can't scrape through. And I still want some dancing fuchsia, and I better be quick about it. Also hearing the call to some tickled pink. You might be gone in a moment. So I'm not entirely sure where I lost you. I'm going to use some more of this Artist Loft Neon with a drop of dancing fuchsia in it. I'm going to have to clean all my brushes soon. I've been having this green sky effect recently. I think I want some orange. pretty sure. Contemplating some yellow too. This is yellow-orange. Might be a good time to grab a clean spatula. But in the meantime, I might as well put that one in the bucket. I have small brushes I hadn't been using. They look like clouds to me. I'm going to just scrape through. I found a sweater fuzz. I'm liking that tickled pink. I think I'm going to use a little more. Almost out, obviously. Now if I'm going to do something else, this will probably get absorbed by a darker color. I so wish I'd quit sticking my fingernail in things. But when I use a brush with a different color on it in a new area, it makes it kind of interesting. I got to be careful though, because it's getting sticky. Surprise marks. I think I'm almost done, suddenly. Of course, I haven't tried any mark making tools, and I said I might want to. Where's my dark? Let's just call it dark purple. I get these two with this perfect indigo and the indigo violet kind of mixed up sometimes. No, I like that. Yay, I didn't put the midnight shadow away. I've just spied the Egyptian blue and I think I want some. Yeah, I like that. Sometimes nothing works better than your finger. Except for when you hit your finger in the paint, in which case no. I'm not even going to try and fix that with my finger. It's not the best consistency, I admit, but it will dry level and it's free to use. If in doubt, flip your brush over and see what's on the other side. Alright, it's different, and I'm not 100% certain it's done all the way, but I might feel like risking a little more orange. Especially if I have a clean brush. There's a really good chance that's going to be yucky if I touch it again, so I'm going to stop now while I'm ahead. I want to put some white in. That's unusual. I've got something weird up in this green area. I don't think much of the white's going to show up. I am going to use some more of this. Because I'm not a huge fan of canvas showing. There's a little mark making. Kind of like that, actually. A little bit of orange right there. Okay, I guess that's good enough for now. But you can never trust me. Schmutzed up my clouds, that's okay. Nobody knows for sure if they're clouds or not anyway. It is what it is. I think I like it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the compliments that keep my morale boosted. Thank you for the donations that help keep me painting. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing my videos. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you watch longer or watch some of the commercials or make a comment, those things are all super helpful to me. My creative playlists are on my YouTube channel. And if you go to my YouTube channel banner, you'll find the PayPal icon. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links on my link tree. My community board will show you tomorrow's videos. If you have questions or you want the paint pouring recipe, ask me questions. It will. The paint pouring recipe is below Show More. When you click Show More, you're going to find my email address. Thank you for everything. Shop my Amazon link, please. You can buy anything you want from there. And my 2 books are there, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities, volumes 1 and 2. Thank you again for being here. I love you guys dearly. You inspire the heck out of me. Bye for now. Priscilla out.